everyone, Claudia with Crazy Island Studios. Welcome to another edition of Freedom Journal Friday. And the dog is scratching in the background and you can hear the jingle bell collar. So annoying. Stop it! Okay, let's get started. I actually have no idea what I want to do today. So I think I'm going to start with a coat of gesso and then we'll get going. Okay, I admit to taking 2 seconds to go make the dog stop scratching. And I'm just going to do a quick coat of gesso, going to let it dry, and then we're going to move on. I don't know why gesso this time. I don't always gesso my paper. I use good paper, but sometimes, I don't know, you just want gesso. I don't want anything to absorb. I don't know what I'm doing, but I know that I don't want it to absorb into the paper. That's like literally all I know. So, quick coat of gesso, and then I'll be back. Hey y'all, Claudia with Crazy Island Studios, and welcome to another edition of Freedom Journal Friday. No, I already said that. Well, and then I gessoed. Okay, obviously, been a second since I gessoed, but that's okay. So, my gesso is dry, and we're going to move on, because I've apparently lost my mind. So, I have my Montana markers out, and I want some splotches of color, is what I want. And sometimes the best way to do this is to abuse the crap out of your Montana markers, a la Donna Downey. And that's what I'm going to do. So I've got my apron on, because I'm in my pajamas really, and I just don't want them to get paint on them. I'm usually in painty clothes. So I'm going to pull out a few colors. I wish I had a really lovely teal, but I have this. It'll do. I have a pretty, I don't know why they make a better teal in the little marker than they do in the big marker. Why? Why do they do that? So I don't know that I want to smash my little markers. I'm going to smash my big markers. I do have an empty one. I could make my own teal. I should do that. And then, let's see, I have some white. And that's all the big ones, and I have some black. I don't have a lot of the really fat ones. I have a few. I have these. And I'm not going to use all of them because that's just too many colors. But I think I'm going to make a teal. Why not, right? Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I lied. Bounty camera, sorry. Not going to make a teal because I just realized my empty marker doesn't have a nib. What in the world? Like, really, I don't understand. I don't know. I have no excuse. So maybe I'll see if I can shake some paint out of this. So, pick some colors. Let's pick these. These, well, maybe the white. Maybe the black. I don't know. Let's shake everything up. Oh. Okay. Let's start dark and then put light on top. I haven't used these in a while, so oh, but paint's going. Oh, look, I made my page dirty with the bottom of my bucket. Okay, let's just see what happens. Why does it not... I'm going to have to ruin them really bad to make these splat, aren't I? They don't splat very big. And I'm going to crush all my nibs, and I'm going to cry later. Okay, so far so good. You know what? I'm thinking if we splat some of these, and then I spritz them with water, what might happen? I don't know. We're going to find out. Oh, painted shut. Painted shut. That's not coming out proper yet. Okay, let's spray this water and see what happens. Ooh. Forget the splats. I'm loving this. Let's like move it around. It's looking better on this side because it has more water, so let's do this. Oh, I am dying. It's so cool. I cannot reach my paper towels for some reason. I've got to get this out of the seams. Too much water. Okay, so pour all the water out of the corners. Let's spot that. Get the water out of the seam. I should have taped my book pages. Should have taped my book pages, because I'm going to pay. Okay, so we have to kind of smudgy because I've got color in the seams. So we've got to kind of like spread it around just a little. That's too much. Where's the baby wipe? Baby wipe. Let's see how much we can get off instead of adding more to make it match. Oh, I kind of like that. Okay, so I'll do this. This is why gesso, because it doesn't just automatically absorb into the page. So I'm like so in love with some of this, but too much is too much. It's blah, blah, blah. I love those paper towel marks. Does anybody else love paper towel marks? Okay, so I actually really kind of like that. But it has to dry before I do anything else, because anything I do is just going to make a big mess. So, I guess I'll be back. I'm going to use my scary heat gun. My Dremel, if y'all haven't seen it, I got a torch, because I have no electricity, so I have a torch, and yep, this is going to be interesting. Alrighty, so I got that kind of dry, close enough. I'm coming in with some white, and then I might come in with more blue, I don't know, white, because, I don't know, just because. Alright, that looks kind of cool. That's kind of cool. And then I want to see if I really get this going. Well, first let's spray this. And then blot it, because, you know, of course, too much water is too much water. Okay, I kind of like that. I don't know if the white was 100% necessary, but we're playing, right? That was the rule. New Freedom Journal Friday rule is only playing. So I really, really, really am in love with the way this smushed, purple, wiped off color is looking in the background. It's like just freaking me out how much I like it. And I'm just trying to get a little bit more out of this seam. And I'm curious, I think it's only a couple pages back, and it's not coming out. Okay, so we're good. I'm good. I'm going to see if sometimes when you get markers going, you can shake paint clean out of them if you get them juiced up enough. And that's kind of what I want to do with the pretty teal. This is not the way you're supposed to use your products. Just so you know, sometimes you just gotta do it anyways. Oh my gosh. Why do I like this so much? It's too much fun when it works. Anyways, there's a lot of work shaking that hard. Whew. Okay. Whew. We should clean up. When you're done doing that, clean all the excess paint off of there, because there's gonna be a lot. Alright, let's see. What else do we want to do? You know what I kind of want? I kind of want some black specks, flickered throughout this. I'm trying to think, I know I have a black paint pen that does this really well, because sometimes it does it when I don't like it. But let's try the Montana pen. Do I have a medium black one? I have a medium black one. Let's try this one. Okay, really. Oh, it's all over my hand, so it's working. I just cleaned my studio space too. and we're getting it dirty. Okay. It's not enough. It's not enough. So, I'm just going to come in my fine liner. Oh wait, you know what? Do I want to shake it? Or do I want to just flick it with a paintbrush? I might want to flick it with a paintbrush. So, high flow, black high flow paint. You gotta shake these like crazy too. I'm getting my arm workout shaking everything today. You have to give these a really good shake. While we're shaking, let's clean up a little bit. Paint splatters everywhere. because otherwise they stay really separated. And you gotta shake them until you hear that BB in there, until you hear that come loose, because some of them, like my white, it like never wants to come loose, so I have to bang it on the table. But you want to do that so that you get them really good and shook up, because that's kind of important. And then just a little, just a little for now. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And a fan brush works really good for this. So I have an old cheap fan brush, little spritz of water in there, and then any other brush so that you can use the handle. And then just get it all on there. And there are two ways. You can either flick the brush against the handle and get it wetter, or you can tap the brush with the paint with the other handle. And it'll just give you a slightly different look. So, and then it also just like depends on how much you want and how big of splatters you want. How much water you add to it. And you can do this with high flow paint. You can do this, obviously the more water you get in it, the bigger splatters, but they're not going to stay really solid on there, which is actually okay for what I'm doing today, so it doesn't much matter. I like this. It's fun stuff. I think I need to get it dry before I move on. There's black paint splattered on absolutely everything around me right now. I will tell you what. So high flow paint, you can use that. It does not have to be high flow paint though. You can use fluid acrylic mixed with water. You can use heavy body mixed with a ton of water, which just means it's going to be harder to get it to have any color because it will fade. And see, some of this is starting to bleed together because I have too much water going on, and I don't love that, so I'll fix that in a minute. But you can do this with any paint, but I do recommend either a high flow or use a fluid acrylic, or even a craft acrylic would work because those are fluid. Would be better than a heavy body, just because you have to add a lot of water to make a heavy body flick. But you can still do it. I mean, you just might get thicker, bigger drops, that's all. Give it a try. That's all I got. Give it a try. I'm going to dry this, and then I'm going to come back in and cover up some of these ugly black marks. I'll be right back. Okay, so this is kind of dry, and I gotta tell you, I'm loving having this torch because it dries paint. And even though it's scary as hell, because that thing right there, that thing is hot, like it brand you hot. It works. So yeah, like I said, it scares me, but I love it. We're gonna put more blue. I like more blue. And more pink. Why not? I never did throw the yellow in here. I don't know if it's gonna, if it wants to be in here though, to be honest with you. I really do like that pink. Okay, and I'm still gonna spritz it with water because I just like the way that it flows. Oh, so cool. You want to twist it and turn it into, no, we don't want to do that. We want to blot it. Let's blot it instead and see what we get. Better. Better. Woo. And blotted paint dries faster, and then, you know, you can save these and collage them later if you want. Alrighty. So, yeah, liking that. I'm stopping right there and drying it again because I kind of like it. And these bubbles, let's see if they'll do it again. They did some kind of interesting things earlier when I applied heat to the bubbles. Oh, no, just popping. Some of them kind of like did a resist looking thing, like if it was rubbing alcohol. Okay, so I'm going to finish drying this out, and I will be right back. Okay, so I've decided that I think I want a, well no, I know that I want a more vibrant turquoisey blue than the light blue that I have. So I've pulled out my inks. This is Daler Rowney FW ink. It's acrylic artist ink, so it is like acrylic base, so it will dry permanent like acrylic, and then, or at least pretty permanent. And then I also grabbed out the dark pink just because I think I'm going to add some of that. And I have this tool. This you can buy at an office supply store. Mine is Polaroid, so I'm assuming it's a camera one. It is for like blowing your keyboard clean or your electronics clean, kind of like canned air but without the can. This is what keeps me from passing out on my face in front of the camera. from like blowing ink through a straw. And then I don't have to worry about the drool through the straw thing, because that's a real problem. It is. Okay, so we're going to drop a couple of drips of this pretty beautiful turquoise color on here. Ooh, that's a big one. That's a big one too. I'm just going to let it be what it is. And then blow. Okay, I'm enjoying this. This is fun. Okay, let's try some of the pink. I'm thinking it needs white. Yeah, let's shake up some white ink. Okay, it's just crazy explosion of color. I think that's good, right? That's good. Okay, whew, okay, goodness, we're gonna call that done, because I'm gonna die. My hand, my arm hurts so bad. If you've had carpal tunnel surgery, man, this is like physical therapy on steroids for it. I'm gonna be sore and tired, and I'm gonna get this dry, and then we're gonna see what other kind of crazy hot mess I can add to this. Alrighty, so next I'm going to collage down these bits I pulled off of some Tim Holtz printed tissue paper, and I'm going to use some matte gel to adhere it. Let me grab my gel brush. It's always sitting in the water, dirty and smelly and gross. And we're going to collage these bits down because I think this needs like some text, and I want to use the tissue paper because all of the white will pretty much disappear as I glue it down, so that I won't lose all the pretty colors that I put down. So just trying to figure out my placement. I don't want this to go straight across, I kind of do. So I think we'll start here. Hopefully my paint is dry enough that this won't just totally show. And because it's tissue paper, you could use matte medium, fluid matte medium. I just happened to grab the gel because it's sitting here next to me. And I'm spreading a little paint. I can see it happening. And then you just want to make sure that you get into that crease of the book, because this is going to go across that fold. And I'm going to add the next piece first. Because I want the other piece to cover it. And again, I'm going to have to get this dry before I can move on. So that's totally crooked. I don't think I care. I don't think I care. Okay, I'll be right back when it's dry. Okay, so, ooh, I'm not on. Close that. Okay, there we go. Alright, so that's kind of dry. And I was thinking scribbles with a black pencil and stuff, but then I decided not to. So I think I'm going to come in with this, which is just full of black ink. I don't know what it's called, to be honest with you. That's terrible. I got it on Amazon. I ink. Yeah, or Blick. Maybe Blick. It's like an art brush. I think that's what it's called, art brush, and it's full of black ink, and it is water soluble. So, thinking it could be fun to kind of do the scribbly thing with this brush, and then come in with a water brush, get some water going, and kind of just feather it out a little. And I'm holding my book up so that when it, it drips, because it will, and it is. Okay, so we're going to let it drip. It drips down, not into the center of the book where I don't want it to go. Okay, so now I have some really kind of cool looking drips, which is kind of cool. And I'm going to stop it right there. Clean that up. And I think now just kind of maybe feather this ink out a little bit more without making it drip. Yeah, there we go. I think we're done. Totally. I love it. Yeah, makes me happy. Let's clean my water brush. And it definitely needs to get dry, but I think I'm done. Let's try it and I'll take a look at it and then we'll decide. Okay, so I have got this pretty much dry. I have kind of gone back a little bit, and I think I still want to darken it a little bit, and finished the circle around this, the shadow around the circle, because I really wanted that to kind of just blend. There's a black part in the tissue up here, so I just wanted to finish it a little bit bigger. That way it could blend. It got kind of light when I dried it, so just darken that up a little bit, and now done, done, done. This page is done. Yeah, I really like it. I'm having a lot of fun just playing with my stuff, and I hope you guys are having fun too, and that it helps encourage you to just play with your stuff and see what happens and do some crazy crap that maybe you ought not do with your stuff. Maybe don't smash your Montana markers or your Liquitex markers or any of your paint pens if you don't want to have to replace the nibs, because yeah, I mean, it's fun. It was fun. I'll admit, I enjoyed it. But it's kind of scary too, because yeah, you're smashing something that you're supposed to paint with. But you know what? If the feeling strikes you, do it. Go for it. But I love the way this turned out. It's so very different from a lot of the things that I do, and I'm really trying to think outside my own box, because I am not one for like negative space. I mean, and I know that there's nothing solid white here. It's all got a little tiny bit of color, and it's got specks all over it and everything. But this is about as close to negative space on a major, like, large scope that I have managed to do, because I got issues. I got issues with covering the page, so yeah, working on it. But I love this. I had so much fun making this, and I really like the way that it turned out. Yeah. This is fun. Oh, and this is coming out on Christmas. So Merry Christmas to those of you who celebrate Christmas. And I will be spending it with my family and some friends at the hot ponds here in Hawaii. We'll be enjoying a potluck and just having kind of an informal, fun time of fellowship with our friends, and we're taking all our family, and I think it's going to be a good time. So I hope you guys are having a great day today. I hope you are. And if today's one of those rough days for you, just want to know I'm sending you some hugs and some affection from me. I love you. And I'm sorry if you're having a rough day today. I know some people do. I know you do. So, I'm thinking about you today, if that's you. And I hope that maybe this video and watching me play kind of brightened up your day a little bit. And I will see you all again on Monday because I'm actually on time with my videos. I'm trying to work really hard to make these happen for you guys because you're important to me. You mean a lot to me. And yeah, so I'm working really hard at it. So, you know, yeah. Thank you for your patience in the past. I'm going to try and be better for you guys. That's my goal for 2016 is to be super consistent for you guys. So that's one of my resolutions, and I'm really excited about it. Actually, resolutions is, oh, should I tell you this? Why not? Oh, let's just spill the beans. Is the first lesson that I'll be teaching for journaling Crazy Island Style in 2016 is on resolutions. So I'm really, really looking forward to that lesson, and I can't wait to share it with all of you who are members of JKAS. If you're not a member of JKAS, please check it out. Links down below. It's my year-long Adventures in Art Journaling course that I have in conjunction with Gina Ahrens and Peter Thompson. I have a few other things coming up. I don't know if you'll have received announcements by now or not, but I do have some really cool things happening. I have some new courses coming out next year on a regular basis. I have plans to put out 2 a month. One painting course, mixed media paintings, and another one of mixed media girls of different themes. I'm super excited about both of them. I have new rewards on my Patreon. If you don't know what that is, there's a link down below. You can check that out too. It's where you can support me, and by supporting me, you get access to those lessons for a big discount over what you would pay for them on my school site. So trying to do something cool for my patrons. And what else is going on? There's so much I'm excited about for 2016. I need to do a vlog and just chat with you guys soon about what's happening. But you guys, YouTube still priority to me, not just paid courses. I will still keep making the free stuff for you guys because I love you and I appreciate all of you, and I have so much fun sharing with you and chatting with you guys and getting your comments and hearing back from you and all of that. And I should be doing this in a vlog instead of you staring at my hands. Sorry. I just can't stop. I'm just so excited about all of it. But still, just so you know, YouTube still a priority to me, making sure that you guys get your videos out on a regular basis. So that is high priority of my year for 2016. I hope you guys have just a fabulous holiday, and I will see you guys all again very soon. Bye for now.